Dear world, what I want to talk to you about right now is, those of you who know me know that I'm a wrestling fan. I love professional wrestling. I have since I was a kid. And as an adult, I ventured off to become a professional wrestler and wrestle the independent circuit. But that's not what I want to talk about. We'll get to my life and career as an independent wrestler later. Right now, I want to talk to you about how my cousin Scott ruined my life. You may be asking yourself, how can your life be ruined? Yes, I'm 30 years old. I've still got more life to live. But when I was 16, I want to say, my cousin Scott ruined my life. And it took me a long time to forgive him. So, WWE was rolling into town. I do believe it was 2002. WWE is rolling into town. And I'm working. I was working at the local McDonald's up the road. And my cousin Scott and I were going to go see the WWE. And Kevin Nash. Now, let me give you a little background here. When I was growing up, I started watching wrestling in, I believe, 97. And that was, I started watching wrestling during the Monday Night Wars. So I got to watch WWF, and I got to watch WCW. So, on WWF, my favorite wrestler was Stone Cold Steve Austin. And in WCW, my favorite wrestler was Big Sexy Kevin Nash. And Kevin Nash in 2000, I want to believe it was 2002. I want to say it was that No Mercy. But Kevin Nash is doing a meet and greets autograph signing at Ticketmaster here in Little Rock. And so it was a Saturday, and me and him are going to go up there. We're going to get our tickets. I'm going to get to meet my favorite wrestler, Kevin Nash. I was ecstatic. I could not wait. But I had to work. I think it was like 5 to 2 or something like that. And we was going to go after I got off work. So, time comes, I clock out, I get in my truck, I grab my cell phone, and I call him up, and I'm like, hey man, you ready to go get them tickets? And he's like, already got them. And I was like, what? What about the meet and greet with Kevin Nash? He goes, yeah, I went and I got an autograph, I went and seen him. And so my world just crumbled. Now, anyone that knows me knows that when shit like that happens, I'm not the clearest thinker. So, I didn't know what to do. So I headed to Scott's house. I said, screw this, I'm going to his house. And all the way there, I am upset. I'm all up in my feelings. I am crying all the way there. I'm like, he went and seen him without me. Now I don't get to go see him. And because in my mind, you couldn't go unless you was getting tickets. That was my thinking of it. I didn't know. I never done anything like that before. So I leave from Maumelle, Arkansas, and I head to Little Rock right by the airport. And I knock on the door, and either his sister or his mom answered, and they was like, oh, come on in, whatever. And I just storm right in there, and Scott's holed up in his room with one of his little neighbor friends from down the road, and they're playing some video game. And he's in this, reclining chair, and I come in there all upset, all of my feelings, and I was like, you ruined my life! And I pushed him in his chair, and I turned around, I got back in my truck, and I went home. That was the extent of it. Now, every time I talk to Scott, Scott's one of my loyal viewers when I stream, and I talk to him almost every night. We grew up real close. And spending almost every weekend together when we were kids. But every time I talk to him, he likes to bring up the fact that he's met Kevin Nash. He's like, hey, you remember that wrestler Kevin Nash? Yeah, I met him once. I want to just wave my middle finger at him so bad, but he's waving his at me. And his is better than mine. So I just wanted to get that story out there on how Scott ruined my life, because every chance he gets, he brings it up. And I keep saying I'm going to tell that story on how we was going to meet Kevin Nash. He went without me with his mother to get the tickets. And then I flipped out, went to his house, just all red-faced and crying and shit, and was like, you ruined my life! And just fucking stormed out like a little bitch. Anyways, folks, I hope you like this. I hope you subscribe. Hit me up on Twitter. I'll put the link in the description down below. Hit me up on the Facebook. Link in the description down below. And here's another piece of myself. Another little story time from me to you. Give you a little insight on who I am and the stupid decisions that I make in my life. But here's another little piece of me for you.